very good morning. Trevor Mallard, good morning. Tamati Coffey, good morning. And baby Tutaniki. Oh, it's fast asleep?
Morning.
Fast asleep, I think.
Tutanakai.
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 Yeah. Tutanakai. Yeah.
Is that
And he has been asleep for the last few hours. So we're on the cusp of crying right now, but hopefully he holds
What, the two of you?
Is that a Maori name?
Well, yeah.
Is that a Maori name you've given
Yes,
him?
it is. It's named after one of my ancestors, actually. One of the lovers in our family history.
Oh, that's lovely. Now, listen, Trevor, just to talk us through, was this a spontaneous gesture from you?
Very much so. It's not the first time that I've nursed a baby in the chair, the first time I've fed a baby, but gestured to come up and to give Papa Trevor a cuddle. And we did that. Tutanakai indicated that he wanted some more of the bottle. So he got a feed, because you can't really argue with babies in that circumstance, can you?
We've been saying jokingly since yesterday, kind of only in New Zealand. As I say, we say it as a joke, but actually it's kind of true. There's something about you guys down there. You're quite loose and unbuttoned, aren't you?
Well, I think in our parliament, we've been trying for a few years now to be family friendly. You know, some of us have a pretty strong philosophical view that we want everyone to think about becoming a member of parliament. We want it to be a House of Representatives, and if you exclude people who've got young kids, well, there's a big group who are not getting their say.
And it's fascinating, isn't it? Because, politics, and, we deal with politicians a lot over here, of course, as you know, for various reasons. They are often accused of being robotic and not being in touch with the public, and you don't really often see the other side of their lives. But what you are doing is you're humanising, if you like, members of parliament who are only ever seen as one-dimensional, often self-serving, and then you forget that these people have all got family lives. And is that part of what you wanted to do, Daddy, by wanting to bring the baby in the first place?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, babies are part of our lives. We had a few babies in the seat, so it's been really cool. But you're right. There's something about having babies in a work environment like government that actually really chills everybody out. And I think there's something in that. I think that we need a bit more of it, actually.
I agree with you completely. I think basically having a baby there, or maybe more than one baby, has a uniquely civilising effect. It's very hard, isn't it, for the opposition or the government of the day to start yelling abuse at each other across the division when there are babies there having on a bottle feed. It means they have to behave themselves. It almost seems to me as if it should be almost mandatory. That maybe you should have it between 2 and 3 babies per session, just dotted around the house, basically to maintain order.
Yes, I'm not sure what the spouses would think about requirements of that sort for being members of parliament.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, you seem very relaxed.
It'd be fun, though, wouldn't it?
You seem very relaxed and natural with the baby when you were bottle feeding. Tell us about your experience as a father, and I presume you're a grandfather, are you? You and I seem to be roughly the same age.
Yes, I am. I'm the father of 3 children, all of whom are, I think, older than Tamati, and 6 grandchildren. I'm about to have another one over the next couple of months, and they're all good kids. But even with the nieces and nephews and my own kids, I like to carry them around. I had one very colicky baby. And spent a lot of time with her on my shoulder walking around at night. And I think I probably got a little bit of an ability as a result of that to settle babies down. And so they're passed to me every now and again.
And it's weird, isn't it? I don't know if you'd experienced this as a grandfather. Your triumphs watching your grandchildren go through these barriers somehow is even more intense than it was when you had your own children. It's less matter of fact. It's more special. Would you agree with that?
I think you are right. I think we are often so busy when they're our own children, and we don't notice the little changes in the same way. But if we're not seeing them, every day, the milestones are really important. And some of mine, if I don't see them for a week, you can see significant changes, and that's really wonderful.
And Tamati, I mean, it's worth pointing out again that, of course, what we saw in Parliament was unusual and diverse and really heartwarming, but it's also worth saying that you're in a gay couple, and that, again, is another element of the story in a way, isn't it? That this is really breaking down barriers in so many ways. Not that it should be, but it really is, actually. You must be proud of that in a way, that you are able to do that in quite a gentle way.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Nothing but support, actually. A little thing that adds a bit more dimension to the story. Trevor, in his days as a member of Parliament back in the 80s, actually voted for homosexual law reform here in New Zealand. It was the change in that made it normal, made it okay to be gay, made people like me think one day I can have my own son, be in a relationship and not care too much. So a bit of a shout out to our speaker for the way that he voted back in the 80s.
I think all that says is that I'm really a dinosaur, but it's really good to see the societal change that's occurred over the last 30 years.
Yes, isn't it?
We are a much better society, and people sometimes ask me if I get criticism for having babies in the Parliament, but I can't sort of imagine anyone really seriously criticising caring for kids. It's,
I think that's
it's pretty hard to argue against.
Well, I think when you're making rules and laws and making decisions that affect us all, you look at the younger generation, they're right in front of you. It's hard then to, to make it just about politics. Cynical. You think about the people involved. Thank you so much. What a wonderful thing to have you on the show this morning. And look, can I just say, Tamati has gone completely quiet now that Trevor's cradled him. Leave it to the experts. That's what you do. Thank you, Tamati.
It's experience. It's experience. That's what it is.
There's nothing, and the baby can feel
another few weeks and it won't happen.
Yeah. Well, look, and it's 6:28 in the morning here in the UK. What time is it over there? What time have you got there in New Zealand?
5:30, nearly 5:30 in the evening.
In the evening, OK. Well, I was just going to say, there's nothing wrong with a story of love at breakfast time and at tea time. It's all the way from Wellington. Thank you so much for coming on and telling it. And hey, from now on, we think we're going to get a campaign going on this show. Babies in the chamber. Definitely, babies in the chamber. Civilization. Thanks,
bye
guys.
to all three of
Have a good day.
Wasn't that lovely? I think it might be difficult to have toddlers in. I think it's just the babies.
Just the
isn't it?
babies.
Maybe not the toddlers.
Not the toddlers,
We're kicking this each
because
time.
the MPs are the toddlers.